Nudes leak. In July 2025, Conor McGregor made headlines for all the wrong reasons. He sent an Instagram DM to famous singer Azealia Banks. Nothing wrong with that, right? Wrong. The DM Conor sent was an image of him without clothes with a dangling weight attached to his thing. The picture was captioned saying, "Lifting weights." And what did Azealia Banks do? She posted a screenshot of the DM on her Twitter, and the post spread like wildfire. Almost beats up MGK. Now here's something that sounds like it came straight out of a movie scene. Picture this. It's September 2021, the MTV Video Music Awards at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Cameras flashing, celebrities everywhere, and then boom, chaos on the red carpet. Conor McGregor had just recovered enough from his broken leg at UFC 264 to walk with a cane when he spotted Machine Gun Kelly on the red carpet. Now here's where things get interesting, because there are two versions of what happened next. According to some reports, McGregor simply wanted to say hello or get a photo with the rapper. Sounds innocent enough, right? But as McGregor approached with his hand out for a handshake, Kelly's security pushed the Irishman away. Now, if you know anything about Conor McGregor, you know he doesn't take kindly to being pushed around. The shove caused McGregor to stumble back and spill his drink, and he even dropped his walking cane, the very cane he needed because of his recent injury. Talk about adding insult to injury. Literally. So what did the notorious one do? McGregor started mouthing off to Kelly before throwing the rest of his drink in Kelly's direction and lunging at him. The red carpet turned into a scene straight out of the Octagon, with security rushing in to pull them apart. Photos captured McGregor attempting to throw a punch, even though Megan Fox was standing between them. But here's the twist. McGregor's representative denied that he asked for a photo and insisted that McGregor didn't instigate the incident. When asked about it backstage, McGregor brushed it off as absolutely nothing, saying, "I only fight real fighters, people that actually fight. I certainly don't fight little vanilla boy rappers." Machine Gun Kelly, when asked by reporters what happened, simply made a noise with his mouth, hit the microphone, and walked away, keeping his silence on the whole situation. Beat up mascot. Alright, this next story is absolutely ridiculous. Picture this. June 9th, 2023, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets at the Kaseya Center. The crowd is hyped, the energy is electric, and then Conor McGregor shows up. Now McGregor wasn't there just to watch the game. He was there as a promotional gimmick for a pain relief spray, and was already being booed by many in the Miami crowd even before anything started. Not exactly the warmest welcome, right? So here's how it went down. During a third quarter stoppage, Bernie, the Heat's flame mascot, came out wearing oversized boxing gloves and a robe akin to what a fighter would wear entering the ring for a bout. Bernie stepped to McGregor while wearing a pair of giant gold boxing gloves, challenging the UFC star. It was supposed to be a fun little skit, you know, some entertainment for the fans during a break. But here's where things went sideways. McGregor hit Bernie with a left hook, knocking him down, then punched the mascot again after he hit the floor. We're talking about a full-on knockout punch, not some playful tap. McGregor sat Bernie down with a left hand that nearly took the mascot's head clean off. McGregor then tried to spray the mascot with the pain relief product, while several members of the Heat's in-game promotional team dragged Bernie off the court. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the mascot was literally dragged away like a fallen soldier. Now here's the kicker, and I mean this quite literally. Bernie, more specifically, the man who occupies Bernie's costume, briefly sought medical attention after taking 2 punches from McGregor. Little did McGregor know he actually did some damage. The man was sent to a hospital. The Heat said the employee, who was not identified, received pain medication and was resting at home. Attacked Khabib's bus. UFC President Dana White called it the most disgusting thing that has ever happened in the history of the company. That's how bad this was. So let's set the scene. April 5th, 2018, Brooklyn, New York. McGregor unexpectedly showed up at a UFC 223 media event at the Barclays Center. Now you might be thinking, well, he's a UFC fighter, what's the big deal? Here's the thing, McGregor wasn't even scheduled to fight at UFC 223, so why was he there? It all started earlier that week when Khabib Nurmagomedov cornered McGregor's teammate Artem Lobov at a hotel and dished out a little slap. Now if you know anything about Conor McGregor, you know he's fiercely loyal to his team. Once McGregor heard about Khabib's attack on Lobov, he jumped on a plane and flew to Brooklyn with a bloodthirsty entourage. Here's where it gets crazy. McGregor was able to make his way past security at Barclays Center and confronted the fighter bus that was transporting Nurmagomedov and some of his team members. And what did he do? McGregor was caught on camera throwing a hand dolly through the window of the bus that was carrying UFC fighters. Just imagine, a metal 2-wheeled dolly smashing through glass, with fighters still inside the bus. The damage was real. Lightweight Michael Chiesa suffered facial lacerations, and flyweight Ray Borg had multiple corneal abrasions. Both injuries were allegedly caused by McGregor's actions. Other noteworthy fighters like Rose Namajunas were also on the bus when McGregor threw the dolly through the window. McGregor's group attacked the bus using trash cans, metal barricades, and the dolly. It wasn't just McGregor either. His teammate Cian Cowley allegedly threw a chair at the bus. The chaos was so intense, 3 fights were pulled from the UFC 223 pay-per-view lineup directly connected to the incident. McGregor was arrested later that Thursday, and the charges were serious. He faced 3 counts of criminal mischief, 2 counts of assault, 1 count of attempted assault, 5 counts of menacing, and 1 count of reckless endangerment, with 2 of the criminal mischief charges being felonies. But here's the kicker. McGregor pleaded guilty to a single violation of disorderly conduct, and all felony charges were dropped. He completed 5 days of community service at 2 churches in Brooklyn and attended an anger management program. Most importantly for his career, his travel visa wasn't affected, which meant he could still fight in the United States. And the rivalry with Khabib? Well, that was just getting started. Post-fight brawl. Fast forward to October 6th in 2018 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. UFC 229 could be the best-selling pay-per-view card in UFC history, and the anticipation was electric. This wasn't just about a title fight, this was personal. Nurmagomedov and McGregor made no secret of their mutual loathing in the past few months, and the UFC even used footage of McGregor's attack on the bus to promote UFC 229. The fight itself? Let's just say it didn't go McGregor's way. Nurmagomedov defended his 155-pound championship at UFC 229 by submitting McGregor at 3:03 of the 4th round via rear naked choke. McGregor tapped out. The fight was over. Khabib won. But here's where things went completely off the rails. It should have been a moment of triumph for Khabib Nurmagomedov, but instead, a few seconds after Conor McGregor tapped Khabib Nurmagomedov's arm and submitted to the champion's choke, Nurmagomedov climbed the cage and leaped at the men in McGregor's corner, setting off a prolonged brawl inside and outside the octagon. Immediately after the bout, Nurmagomedov jumped over the octagon and got involved in a fight with Dylan Dennis, a Bellator welterweight who also is McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach. But the chaos didn't stop there. Moments later, 2 men jumped into the octagon and began throwing punches at McGregor, who was still recovering from the contest. Now, according to McGregor's own account, he wasn't just going to sit there and take it. McGregor said he saw Khabib's brother coming towards him like a Christmas present, and as he jumped on top of the cage, I smacked him right in the eye socket and we started fighting on top of the cage. McGregor even claimed that one of Khabib's team members threw a right hand. As he threw that right hand, I threw a left. Boom! There's an image, an aerial image of the right hand just whipping by my face and my left hand just landing flush down the pipe, the final blow of the night. Beats up old man. April 6th, 2019, at the Marble Arch Pub in Dublin, Ireland. Conor walked in and lined up cups for bar patrons, looking to buy a round of his proper 12 for everyone. Now, you'd think people would be thrilled to get a free drink from a multi-millionaire superstar, right? Well, not everyone. The footage appears to show McGregor offering fellow drinkers at the bar a shot of his proper number, 12, Irish whiskey, a brand he launched in 2018. McGregor puts a glass down in front of an elderly man sitting at the bar, but the man puts the glass down on one of the drip mats in front of him. The old man wasn't interested. Simple enough, right? Wrong. Seemingly annoyed, McGregor puts another glass in front of him, but the man does the same thing, refusing the whiskey. McGregor tried again. The man refused again. And this is where things went completely off the rails. McGregor lands a left hook to the man's face, at which point McGregor is quickly hustled outside by 2 other men. Yeah, you read that right. Conor McGregor, a professional UFC fighter, punched an elderly man in the head because he didn't want to drink his whiskey. Survived on welfare. Before Conor McGregor was a multi-millionaire superstar, he was just a regular working-class kid from Crumlin, Dublin, and I mean really struggling. At the urging of his parents, McGregor commenced a plumbing apprenticeship when he was just 17 years old. His family wanted him to have a stable, realistic job, something safe that would guarantee a paycheck. But here's the thing, McGregor absolutely hated it. But here's where things got real tense at home. His parents didn't understand. Tony McGregor beat his son for not accepting the life required of people like them. The two fought so much they stopped speaking, living in the same house, silently avoiding each other. In a heated conversation, McGregor swore at his dad that he would regret his actions as he was going to be a millionaire at 25. Bold words from a kid with nothing but a dream, right? After quitting plumbing, life got incredibly tough. During this time, he survived on his prize earnings and unemployment benefits, receiving emotional support from his girlfriend, Dee Devlin, whom he began dating shortly after quitting his plumbing job. His girlfriend had to support their family while he chased what seemed like an impossible dream. And get this, only a few days before McGregor's star making debut UFC fight against Marcus Brimage in 2013, he received a welfare check of 188 euros. He was literally cashing welfare checks just days before his UFC debut. But after that first fight, everything changed. McGregor won by technical knockout in the first round and earned a $60,000 bonus for scoring the knockout of the night. And McGregor now owns a luxury yacht which he named the 188, a reference to the amount of his 188 euro weekly benefits check before his career took off. Leg break. It's July 10th, 2021, UFC 264 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. This was the rubber match, the trilogy fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. The fight started off with McGregor looking aggressive. The Irishman started aggressively by targeting Poirier with leg kicks. Early on, McGregor looked sharp. He was landing heavy low kicks, and his left hand connected too. For a moment, it looked like the old McGregor was back. Then came the moment that changed everything. After McGregor got up from a long stretch of punches and elbows, McGregor missed a punch in the final seconds, before stepping backwards only for his left leg to snap underneath him. With the severity of his injury suddenly obvious, and referee Herb Dean waved it off, convicted of rape. In November 2024, Conor McGregor was found liable in a civil rape case. Nikita Hand claimed that Conor took her to a bedroom, choked her, and raped her. And the paramedic who examined Nikita the following day testified about seeing unusually intense bruising. At first they tried to form a criminal investigation, but it got closed because of insufficient evidence. And that's when Nikita pursued a civil lawsuit instead. McGregor appealed and lost. The result of this was a massive hit to his public image and popularity, along with him being dropped by sponsors and losing his role as ambassador for his whiskey company.